Do you love coffee and Monero as much as we do? Consider making gratuitous.org your daily cup. Pay with Monero for premium fresh beans, and if you like what you taste, send a digital cash tip directly to the Guatemalan farmers that made it possible. Proceeds help us grow this channel, Gratuitous, and Monero.
This week on Monero Talk is sponsored by Cake Wallet. Store, send, receive, and exchange your Monero and Bitcoin safely on iOS and Android too. Cake Wallet is open source, and you always control your own keys. And by IVPN. Resist online surveillance with IVPN, a privacy-focused, audited, and transparent VPN provider that accepts Monero directly. And by StealthEX, an instant exchange where privacy is the top concern. Go to stealthex.io to instantly exchange between Monero and 450 plus assets without having to create an account or register, and with no limits. Making StealthEX a simple way to purchase Monero with crypto anonymously. Monero Talk is also made possible from contributions by viewers and listeners like you. And supporting us is easier than ever. By typing in monerotalk.crypto in your monero.com or Cake Wallet send address field to send us a tip.
Doug and I headed off to sunny Miami, Florida, to attend LibertyCon 22. The conference was a 2-day event in October at the Miami Hyatt surrounded by liberty-loving individuals. We onboarded a few vendors that may want to participate at our Monerotopia 23 conference, as well as got many attendees to download the Monero.com wallet so that they could get some $10 worth of Monero, courtesy of Monero.com Cake Wallet. I mean, why wouldn't they want free digital cash? We interviewed Dr. Wolf Van Leer, head organizer of LibertyCon, where they discussed if we should worry about governments killing cash.
There is a war against cash in many different countries, and it is in the interest of the government, as you've already said, to have that control and be able to manipulate interest rates for people differently, and we punish rich people and give more to poor people and all kinds of different things, but also very harmful things, because I'm working with a lot of human rights activists as well, and the first thing that happens to them is they get their bank accounts taken away, right? So it's a huge, huge problem. If the government has control over that, they can control everything.
And Lynn Ulbrich, mother of Russ Ulbrich, founder of SilkRoad, the first open and free marketplace accepting crypto, who is currently facing double life sentence in prison. We even got her and Shadow Law, who is associated with the WuTangClan, to download the wallet. We were spreading Monero everywhere.
Oh, okay. So you got it. Okay. Now, when I sent you that cost a third of a cent. If I would have sent you $1 million, same price. $100 million, same price. And nobody knows the transaction.
So there's some things up now. I guess
We also did a live Monerotopia episode with Travis of Onsite Trav, so definitely check those out in the description below. And if you notice the Klaus Schwab banner that is in the background, yes, we paid for that with XMR again.
The gold doesn't incentivize, so they stop producing as much. And on a long-term view, it stops and slows, starts and slows. This is how an economy works. With crypto, it's immediate. And you and I were discussing baseload power, where if you want to start baseload power, we just went through a hurricane. So I have my daughter over here because it's hey, do you want to just go live in normalcy for a moment? Because we have neighbors that don't have roofs at this point, so things are wild over where we're at. But baseload power is a thing. And we need people to come in and provide baseload power. That's when you don't have electricity for a week, it gets pretty real. Your food's gone in 2 days. Electricity knocks a lot of things out. Grocery store's empty. Things get real in 4 days. No showers, no hot water. That stuff gets real quick. And so what makes Monero unique is the fact that it's electricity to crypto to goods and services, completely anonymously, completely privately. Essentially what we're doing is we're trading electricity, and people are going to figure out how to produce electricity. And we're in a time where electricity and energy are the base unit of society. It is life. Doomberg talks about this all the time. It's electricity is life.
What was great about this trip is that we were able to do a little Monerotopia 23 conference research on venues, as well as bring the Monero word to people outside on the streets. We stopped by last year's Monerotopia venue, the Women's Club, tried to get a better idea on how to make it bigger and better, and we checked out another venue down the block where we can make an even more of a unique conference. On the outside, Doug and Tony got into a friendly competition with a few of the Muscle Beach liberty-loving people. They got a coconut water vendor to accept Monero, and we even got margaritas on the beach, all for Monero. Both vendors are willing to come to Monerotopia 23 to sell their drinks for Monero. Yum.
Want to come and sell drinks from Monero? Oh, 100%. Yeah, same style.
Same style.
Okay.
You just sell, like, walk around the conference and sell them.
Yo, that's how
You get a lot of, yeah.
And we'll have a lot of people. Like a lot of people. Right here in Miami, right?
Like a lot of people. Overall, we had a great time meeting new people at the conference and in Miami Beach and catching up with old friends. Next Monerotopia 23 research stop, Mexico City. Stay tuned for how that trip went.
Thank you for joining us on this week's episode. We release new episodes every week. You can find and subscribe to our show on YouTube, Odyssey, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Go to Monerotalk.live to subscribe for a full list of places where you can watch and listen. If you want to interact with us, guests, or other podcast listeners, you can follow us on Twitter. And please leave us a review on iTunes. It helps people find the show, and we are always happy to read them. So thanks so much, and we look forward to being back next week.